Ini dan sama.
Oh iya.
Ini oleh masih di live stream ya ada tulisannya.
Terus dimatikan, Wei.
Matikan langsung di sini. Nah, di sini ada stream.
Oh iya. Oke, Mas. Tracknya anu di charger. Tracknya anu di charger.
Lewat suaranya. Hey, Nat.
Ini gimana?
It's truck. February.
Anu sih. Entah iki baterainya. Nanti kan gelang anu, gelang kolar.
Tapi. Bajirau.
Ini selama muter gua muter. Wah.
Cepet. Si paling debat. Yo.
Mbak Nat.
Jadi cara ya, bisa ya. Wes ya. Wes. Langsung ayo. Miku.
Put siapa tahu aku pidato.
Siapa ya? Berarti Mbak Amu sing Apa iki berarti tak liris nih. Wis. Sing iki liris sing iki empat wae. Sing Indonesia. Mbak Caca paling. Siapa jenenge?
Ini bareng.
Enggak. Liri nih. Lirih Narin. Wes. Mati tuh kan. Dia Nat, lirih Nat. Lirih nih anu kak apa? Kak HP nih. Bisa kan? Kok telat? Tes. Tes. Kena. Ya. Piye iki carane? Ini ya. Kok kayak mendelep wong. Heh. Ora ya wes. YouTube. Nyapa ngapus. Nyapa ngapus. Piye to? Piye to? Aku ora ngongkon nih. Yo.
Langsung ya Nggi. Sing the Indonesia national anthem. For the audience, please stand up for a few minutes. Langsung jek kanune yo. Now we invite the organizer leader, Putri Eka, to give report on this event. To Putri Eka, time is yours.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to each and every one of you for being here today at this wonderful place. My name is Putri Eka Indah Novita. It is such an honor for me to speak on behalf of the organizer. Let me begin by giving you a warm welcome to the Patriarch Sada. Hah? Masa? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, hello.
Check, check, check.
Yang ketiga, sex education. Finale, saya apa, bro? TikTok, ini TikTok, bener TikTok, TikTok. Saya tak ngomong sebentar sama jurinya yang luar ya. Hello Janet, can you hear me? Mhm. Cek. Ini enggak suaraku? Cek. Hello, Janet. Can you hear me? Janet?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh,
loud and clear.
okay.
Sorry, I got
Okay,
to fix
Janet.
some things here first before I was able to hold on the mic. Thank you
Okay.
so much for waiting.
Okay, Janet. Uh,
Can you just inform me if you're about to start?
okay, Janet. So sorry for the inconvenience about the letter. Seems like there are some miscommunication about the MOU from the school. I just asked the vice president about the MOU, but they told me that Miss Vivian already uh, contact Miss Michelle, so that I I'm not confirming you anymore. But you said that Miss Vivian uh, contacting Miss Michelle for the MOU from different school. Is that
Yeah,
right?
let me clarify on it first because initially when we had a meeting with their school of the school again in Malang, their school in Malang, I asked Miss Wiwin whether you and her belong to the same school, and she said no. Your institution is a private institution,
Oh,
so there has to be a separate MOU between hers and your school to our school. So that's
yes.
it.
Oh, I see. Okay. So there is some miscommunication from Miss Wiwin. Miss Wiwin actually working in the two schools, the private here and also the public school. So Miss Wiwin only represent is the representative of the public school, not the private school.
Yes,
Oh, I
yes,
see.
yes.
Okay, then
So
I will
we
try
have to
to.
make our own MOU between
Yes.
your school and ours so that
Okay.
activities such as this will be more efficiently done.
Yes.
Will not be encountering problems such
Yes.
as
Okay.
miscommunications and all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems like there is a miscommunication. Right away after this event, I will contact the vice president about it and tell them that Miss Vivian is the representative of the public school, not
Mhm.
not this school. Okay.
Mhm.
So hopefully everything will run smooth.
Yes.
Okay then. Can we start it now?
Of course. Let's start and get the ball rolling.
Okay.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Humaira. It is awesome and precious chance for us to be your master of ceremony in this morning on Tuesday, 23 of February 2023 in our big event, Patria Husada Debating Competition Stage 2023. Sing the Indonesia national anthem for the audience. Please stand up for a few minutes. First of all, let us say thank you Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has been giving us mercy, guidance, happiness, and health, so we can attend and participate in this event without any obstacle until now. Praise and salutation upon to our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the last messenger, the best picture of the universe. In this lovely moment, I would like to say welcome, especially to the Honorable Mr. Basar Purwoto, SOS MSI, as the head of Sikes Patria Husada, the Honorable Dr. Janet Alexis Adelos Santos from Philippines as Bed Adjudicator 1, the Honorable Ms. Fitria Nurhamida, SPD, from Polytechnic Malang as the Adjudicator 2, the Honorable Ms. Ayu Rizky Nangsi, MPD from Kanjuruhan University as the Adjudicator 3, the Honorable Teacher and Staff, all the debater from 2 grade, 4 grade, 6 grade of Nursing Department and Midwife Department. Also all voices in this event. Ladies and gentlemen, before we come to main season, let us start this by praying first, so the event that we will hold on this day will run well without any obstacle at all. Pray best individual life back. Ladies and gentlemen, on this nice occasion, let me deliver the structure of the event today. Number 1, opening. Number 2, the report from the organizer. Number 3, the opening remarks from Mr. Wahyu Bisono, SSMPD from Sikes Patria Husada Blitar. Number 4, introduce the adjudicator profile. Number 5, introduce the motion and the rule of bid competition. 7, motion last debating. 8, debating prelim. 9, final. 10, tabulation and announcement. And then the last, closing. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our agenda this morning. Let's open this event by saying Basmalah. Now we invite the organizer leader, Putri Eka, to give report on this event. To Putri Eka, and the floor.
It is such an honor for me to speak on behalf of the organizer. Let me begin by giving you a warm welcome to the Patria Husada Debat Competition 6. Before we start, I would like to express my appreciation to all the organizers and to Mr. Wahyu Wibisono as the English coordinator, who has kindly helped us to make this English debate possible. We could do this without all of you. In the English debate this time with the theme foreign culture is a bad influence for someone who can filter it. On Thursday, February 23, 2023, with 16 participants from the nursing department and midwifery department. And thank you to the adjudicator and all the guests who set your valuable time for coming to this event. On behalf of the committees, I hope this event would go well. Without your support, we can do so. We are humbly asking for your kind support so that event can run as smooth as possible. That's all for me. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you, Putri Eka, for the report. Now I invite the English coordinator, Mr. Wahyu Bisono, to give opening remarks and also open the event. To Mr. Wahyu Bisono, time and place are yours.
Okay, good morning and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, in this special moment, I would like to thank to God, and also I would like to give my greatest appreciation to the organizer. You have done this so far, and that is very good of you. And also, I would like to give my great appreciation to our president, Mr. Basar Purwoto, SOS MSI, and also the vice presidents, and also teacher and staff, educators, Miss Vida, and also Miss Janet, and Miss Ayulis Kinasih, and also all of my students, English students. Thank you for coming in this event. Hopefully, this event will run smooth and well without any obstacles. Without wasting the time, now I officially open the Patria Husada Debating Competition 6 on Thursday, February 23, 2023. Okay, don't worry, you don't need to be afraid to speak because this is as a practice for you, practice to speak in front of public. Maybe some of you still scared and you are not really confident to speak in front of public, but you don't need to worry about that. Just trust me that all of the things that we did today will have impact for you on your future. Thank you. I will give it back to the moderator.
Choose the opening remarks report by Mr. Wahyu Bisono. Thank you, Mr. Now we will give you the adjudicator profile. Number 1, Dr. Janet Alexis de Los Santos from Philippines as the adjudicator 1. Number 2 is Fitria Nurhamida, SPP from Polytechnic Malang as the adjudicator group. Number 3, Ms. Ayu Desminangsi, MPD from Kanjuruhan University as the adjudicator. Okay, we will know the adjudicator profile. So we will introduce the debaters profile. They are: number 1, candidate from 2 grade nursing department is Arina Nadia, Lara Nikmatul, and Fatihatur Rahman. Number 2, candidate from 4th grade nursing department is Haria Mutiara, Risma Nurohana, and Diana Maunidodul. Candidate from 6th grade nursing department is Rosa Pitu Cahyono, Amelia Andi, and Rika Ayu. Candidate from 2 grade midwife department is Sainik Galuh, Azza Jauza, and Farah Salsabila. Candidate from 4th grade midwife department is Murni, Angger, and Rini Marbian. And the last from 6th grade midwife department is Ilma Amalia, Fadila, and Nadia Chandra. Now we will start the first session of debate. Debating preliminary 1, I invite participants from 2 grade nursing department versus participant 6th grade midwife department. The motion of the positive team is houseful supporting blending application. The motion of the negative team is houseful blending application.
Janet, can you hear me? Before we start the debating session, have you checked your email about the scoring rubric, scoring sheet?
Yes, I have a hold of it already. It's already
Okay.
here. Thank you.
Okay, the first is support dating application and then dating application. Okay, then.
Majority of participants. Now I invite the first speaker of positivity. Time is yours.
I don't hear any audio.
Cek, cek. Cek, cek, cek. Halo.
Loud and clear.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thanks to the for the opportunity given, honorable jury, honorable opposing team and audience. Good afternoon and best wish to all. Before we debate our motion today, allow us to introduce ourselves. I'm Fatiha, as the first speaker was in charge of explaining the keywords and presenting the basic of our arguments. Next to me, Clara, the second speaker, was in charge of strengthening our argument with the facts. Furthermore, Arina, as the third speaker, was tasked with summarizing the statement of the second and third speakers. The motion-based debate today is dating apps. A dating application is a platform that allows its users to get chat with friends, partners, or dates beside each other's identities and getting acquainted through the chat feature. Especially with the emergency of the COVID-19 virus, which broke many chains in our life. Our social activities outside the home have changed to being at home. So having a dating application can make it easier for someone to get to know outsider without leaving the house. Besides that, dating applications are also form of information and communication technology development that make it easier for people to make and form relationship in cyberspace. Dating applications are used as alternative activities that can fill free time to get work, relationship, friend, and even spouse. Communication activities carried out beyond online dating applications, user aims to build a good impression and form a positive image of its users. I believe that dating apps bring a lot of benefits. The reason is that this application makes it easy for user to find a partner of life, partner that suits her individual taste. So once again, I emphasize that dating apps brings a lot of benefits. First, easy in finding a partner. It easier for people to find a partner that match their preference. The second, increase the opportunity to meet new people. Dating application provides an opportunity to meet people who may not be exposed to every life. The third, stimulates conversion. Dating application can help open conversation and deepen connection between people who share the same interests. The fourth, broaden social circle. Dating apps allow people to expand their social networks by meeting new people who may share the same interests. Thank you so much.
Cek cek kurang. Thanks for your opportunity. I disagree. The wave of dating events often affect dating, so it is vulnerable to crime because we don't meet the person in person and we don't know the real character of the person, and they then to lie. They can lie about their appearance, their jobs, the things they like to their own names, so that the opposite sex in attract of user, because people can do anything when they fall in love. It could also be that the interest to blackmail by analyzing personal information, with the example of our data being hacked to be used in online laws. In addition, there are also those who are sending containing malware that infect their device. Those who like to falsify their identity are more likely to get security that's, and from CNN, data 16% share false information. Thank you.
You spend 1 minute 37 seconds.
No, I invent second speaker of positive feedback.
Okay, thanks for the time. I'm the second speaker, and my name is Clara Nimatun. I'm standing here. I want to outline this idea from support dating application. I believe dating application brings many benefits. First, the matchmaking application is one of the ways to find a life partner through the digital world. Especially for single people, dating applications can be an alternative to avoid questions about partners. When gathering with family or colleagues, of course, questions can continue. Of course, questions regarding partners are often heard, especially for those who have not brought someone to be introduced. Second, in today's digital era, meeting someone online is nothing new. Therefore, the use of dating applications is very effective for those of us who want to meet new people who may not be exposed to them in everyday life. And meeting new people, of course, brings many benefits. For example, meeting a soulmate or friends. This application also provides various kinds of convenience to find people who have the same interests as us. Through the convenience that is present, we can find people who feel right to be partnered in life. What's more, when using this online dating application, we will have a perception of similarities with our partner, both in terms of the fact that he also uses online dating application, the similarity of preference and hobbies, or the similarity of the other identities displayed in the profile. This perception makes it easier for us to trust the people we meet from this online dating application. Third, dating application can help open up conversations and deepen communication so we can find someone who has the same interests as us. Therefore, we are getting closer to the person we like. And fourth, there are several advantages to expanding the social circle in dating application, include number one, finding a more reachable connection. By expanding your social circle within dating apps, you can increase the chance of finding someone who better suits you. The more choices you have, the more likely you are to find someone who has interests, values, and life goals that align with you. Number two, increase the chance of meeting new people. By expanding your social circle within dating applications, you will have the opportunity to meet different people from different backgrounds. This will help you to broaden your outlook and learn from people who have different life experience. Number three, making new friends. In addition to finding a life partner, dating apps can also help you find new friends. If you expand your social circle within dating applications, you can meet new people who share your interests. This will help you to build a wider social network and increase the chance of meeting people who might be able to help you in the future. Number four, increase self-confidence. By meeting new people and engaging in conversations with them, you can increase your confidence and the ability to talk to strangers. It can help you in other situations where you need to interact with strangers, such as at work or social event. Number five, maybe that's all from me.
Time is over. You spend 5 minutes, 12 seconds.
Now, I invite second speaker for negative team. Time is yours.
Thanks for the opportunity. I am the second speaker. My name is Nadia Chandra. I disagree with your statement because many users find unexpected people on dating apps. For example, meeting strange people and even matching with people with evil motives. Even worse, users report that their first dates are beyond expectation. For example, couple feel awkward, rude, and uncomfortable, and users say they are very different on the apps and in the real world. In addition, dating apps can also be mentally harmful. Some studies show that dating apps users often experience rejection, so that these apps users often feel disliked and ignored. Even a study published in the journal PMC Psychology shows dating apps users face stress 3 times more often than people who do not use. Users of this application tend to waste time, just like smartphone application in general. If you are addicted to people, you will definitely spend a lot of time, like sweeping right, left, and typing the same thing to everyone.
You spend 1 minute, 45 seconds.
Now I invite the third speaker of positivity, and is yours.
Thank you for the time. My name is Arina, speaker 3. Allow me to strengthen our argument. I believe that dating application bring many benefits because dating application have Kiki supported successfully married with the help of dating applications. Dating apps have expanded the protection features that user can use to avoid crime. Dating application bring many benefits because this application is the most popular dating application in the world and in Indonesia. This application also make it easier for someone to find a partner according to someone's criteria. These dating apps allow people to meet and get to know new people they might not meet in their daily life. It broadens social reach and allows people to find people who match their interests and values. Apart from that, dating apps make it easy for people to find a partner that suits their preferences. People can find partners with specific ranges, locations, hobbies, and interests, which is hard to do in real life, so that it will speed up the process of finding a suitable partner and minimize the possibility of finding an unsuitable partners. Another benefit of dating application is that they can help with conversation and speed up the dating process. Talking to new people can be very difficult for someone people, and dating apps can help overcome every nervous and awkwardness. As technology develop, online dating is becoming a popular choice for many people, and dating apps are making it easier for people to access it. We believe that dating apps were a good choice for society. Despite society's negative view of dating apps, they certainly have benefits we can all relate to. With us, be careful, the main can to avoid bad things. Thanks all we can say. It is the bad. Thank you.
You spend 2 minutes, 16 seconds.
Now I invite the third speaker of and is yours.
Thank you for the opportunity. I am the last speaker. My name is Ilma Amalia. It can be concluded that user of dating application are very detrimental of user, ranging from falsification of personal data, misuse of personal information data, online piracy can also endanger the user mentality. Even worse, murder occurs. Besides that, the negative effect of using these dating apps are criminal acts, because we cannot be sure whether the person has bad or good intention. For example, from a news story, it has been informed that there is a man who stole his friend car from this dating app. In the end, online dating apps are just like knives. It can be used to slice your onions, but can also injure yourself and others. Thank you.
You spend 1 minute, 16 seconds.
Okay, give applause to all the candidates. Now I invite the adjudicator to give comments.
Who shall go first?
Okay. Okay, thanks very much for the time that given to me as the adjudicator here. And I would like to give some comments for the debaters for positive teams and also the negative teams in round one. In round one, I think the positive teams have good method and also manner and also matter when you deliver your idea. So but I think you need to add your expressions, your gestures to make the audience and also the adjudicator more interest when you are speaking. Thank you. And for the negative theme, I think you can add your pronunciation to make clear for the adjudicators when we give you some scores here. And I think your gestures and also how to use your contact is needed to edit can. And so my decision is okay. So I think the winner in round one is for positive team because you have good method, good manner when you deliver your speech and also good idea. So for the round one, I also have best debater or best speaker here. That is the third speaker of the positive group. Your name is Arina, right? Okay, Arina. I really like when you send or deliver your idea. You can use your eye contact, but you need to use your hand to make it more interest for me when you are speaking in this debate. Okay, thank you. Just prepare in the next season if you are can be in the candidate of final season. Thank you.
Okay, hi, hello everyone. Good morning. All right, so I'm going to read the result of the assessment. So I have followed the discussion and it is a very good debate. And from this first round, I think the affirmative team is winning. Yeah, so say in the beginning because of several reasons, okay? So I believe that the affirmative team is the winner because they can deliver their ideas in a very good structure and organization, and they are better in their use of voice and also rapport with not with the all audiences, but maybe the last speaker can maintain the rapport with us, the adjudicator. But maybe in the next time you can also use that to create rapport with the audience as well, so that your ideas will be delivered better. Okay, and then for the negative theme, that's okay. This is only what is it? An experience to do a debate contest. I think what you need to what is it to train better next time is your delivery. Raise your voice when you are talking. I agree with the first adjudicator. You need to use better pronunciation so that we can understand your ideas better. Okay, I believe you have prepared some examples, very good examples. You took it from good sources, but because of the pronunciation that are not that clear enough for us to understand what is the point of your ideas. So yeah, it affects the scores. Okay, so that's wrap up. So I wrap up the winner. Once again, the winner is the affirmative team because they can maintain good delivery and use proper arguments and provide the ideas effectively during the limited time. Yeah, and the best debater for me is the same with the first adjudicator Congratulations for the third speaker of the affirmative team. You are the best debater because you can use proper voice and gesture, and also you can maintain rapport with the audience. Yeah, thank you so much.
Is it my turn now? All right, I suppose it's already my turn. First of all, let me say congratulations to both teams. I think you were able to deliver well in your capacities. I know that English is not our first language there in Indonesia, but there were most of you were able to get your message across. I was able to understand most of the content of what you have said. All right. Yes, I would have to agree with the other adjudicators that so far, based on the two groups, those who were able to deliver well belongs to the affirmative side. And they were able to, I was able to get the ideas that they wanted to convey. It was very clearly said, the message was very clear. Although there were some portions where I get lost because of issues on mispronunciation in the delivery. There were some portions which I wasn't able to understand. But it was delivered well. It was well prepared, I suppose. And then I would have to agree also that the second presenter was prepared in coming in for this debate. She was ready. Miss Clara. She stated facts. She stated references. No, you stated literatures. Base your arguments on to some certain facts, and that's good preparation for you. Although now going to the negative team, I also would have to agree that there were some issues on the pronunciation, the confidence. Even if there are times when we are not too confident on speaking of the language, sometimes the confidence helps us get the message across to the persons who's receiving it. So make yourself more what do you call this, confident to speak about the language, so that the message, not only the verbal messages can be conveyed, but also the body language also speaks. So that's some point where you get chance to improve on your body languages. Although what else? All right, now to wrap it up, I would have to agree that the affirmative group is the winner for this round, and the best debater still is the third presenter. Very good. And yeah, congratulations to your team.
Thanks for adjudicator comments. Now we will start second session of debate. Debating preliminary 2, I invite participants from corporate nursing department versus participants from sixth grade nursing department. The motion of the positive team is house will support using mount seizures. The motion of negative team is house will ban using mount nature. Are you ready, all of candidates? Now I invite the first speaker of positive team. Time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Risma Nurahana. This host believes that the use of slang among teenagers has a positive impact. I am of the opinion that slang is a language that emerges according to the times. This happens among teenagers during a certain period of time. In the current era of globalization, many teenagers use slang. Currently, there are several variations of language styles used in the community. The existence of stylistic variation is triggered by the development of communication technology, which is growing very rapidly. The development of days, teenagers cannot separate it from the symbol of turmoil of their youth. If in the past it was very difficult to get time to express language, little time to hang out, in contrast to now, with the intense interaction of adolescents, associations, the environment that causes a separate evolution that stems from one language. Some say that if a teenager doesn't keep up with the times, such as not following the trend of slang, they are considered to be out of touch. By using the vocabulary of slang, it means appreciating the existence of this language as others do. Slang is present as a fruit of creativity that is appreciated and used by many people, especially teenagers. The use of slang by paying attention to its proportions, only using it as a medium of communication that is unofficial or not formal. So, do not mix slang vocabulary into formal communication as the version of the language. The benefits that can be taken from using slang include making relationship between friends or between people more intimate, because when communicating will be more free, because exciting and comfortable when talking. Slang is there to make it easier to express the feelings you have, both happy and sad. In addition, what is said to others will also be easier to understand. This can be one proof that we innovate. Many teenagers are now accustomed to using slang and interpret slang speech quickly. Millennial teenagers can interpret many things or understand more about slang and make people think about the meaning of the slang word. The use of slang is difficult to stop. Rather, it is allowed to coexist as a linguistic variation. However, this doesn't mean that we can use slang as we wish, but we must also understand the conditions when and to whom we can use it. Regardless of whether or not the use of slang is disturbing, there is no harm in following the existing development. Thank you for your attention.
You spend 3 minutes.
Now I invite the first speaker of negative team. Time is yours.
Thank you for your time. My name is Amelia Anggi. I am the first speaker in negative team. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I don't agree because the use of slang can make it difficult to use good and correct Indonesian. While at school or work, we are only allowed to use good and correct Indonesian. Slang can also be annoying because not everyone understand the meaning of this word. Slang can make it difficult for use to communicate with other people in format even. For example, when presenting in front of the class. From the explanation, it can be concluded that more and more Indonesian teenagers are using slang language theorem in everyday communication or a form of deviation from the use of good and correct Indonesian. This can affect the growth and development of the Indonesian language. We may use slang, but don't forget to develop good and correct use of Indonesian, because not everyone we communicate with understand the meaning of slang word.
The use of good and correct Indonesian can also help you communicate at school or in the formal office. Indonesia will be replaced by slang. The generation of this country is increasingly sinking with the deep fading of Indonesian. Maybe the Indonesian language will be increasingly eliminated as the national language and nation in identity. The degree of Indonesian will decrease in degree. Slang is so easy to use when communicate and only certain people understand the meaning of slang. So, teenagers prefer to use slang as everyday language so that Indonesian is considered old-fashioned in the eyes of teenagers and also the degree of Indonesia in declining. Indonesian language will become extend the increasingly widespread use of slang among teenagers is a signal of a very serious threat to Indonesian and the worsening language skill of today young generation to that one day Indonesian will disappear because it will be displaced by slang in the future. Teenagers become less understanding using standard Indonesian language. Thank you.
You spend 3 minutes 4 seconds.
Now I invite the second speaker of positive team. Time is yours.
Thank you for your time. Good morning, everyone. My name is Haria. I'm second speaker on the positive team. I believe that using slang is good for teenagers. So language is part of culture and it is language that enables the development of culture as we know it today. Language can also act as a tool of social integration as well as a tool of social adaptation, given that the Indonesian national has a plural language. Slang is a typical language of teenagers. The words are changed in such a way that it can only be understood among them. That can be understood by almost all teenagers in the country. It is understood by almost all teenagers in the country who are reached by mass media. The factors supporting slang among teenagers, the first, the existence of slang is characterized by the proliferation of the internet and social networking sites that have a significant impact on the use of slang. Number one, the factor supporting environmental influence. Generally, in teenagers, layer or apply for the conversation of a tool around them, either peer or family. Number three, the factor supporting the role of media, including the first electronic media that use slang terms in movies, especially tense movie and advertisement, for example, for conversation skin on television and print media, for example, the language, its short story or novel, which are works of teenagers literature that generally use slang. Number four, the factor supporting the impact of development and the time or modernization, where everything it or every month must always follow the new one on the impact of modernization is the way of speaking, the use of language. So we can use long to keep up with the time, but as Indonesian citizen, we must not forget the good and correct Indonesian language, because not everyone communicating with us understand the meaning of slang. Thank you for your attention.
You spend 2 minutes 43 seconds.
Now I invite the second speaker of negative team. Time is yours.
Okay. The use of slang can make it difficult for user to speak Indonesian properly and correctly, even though and school at our work. We are required to always use good and correct language. It is impossible if homework. These are school assessment are done using slang because slang does not enter into the order of academic language. Likewise, in the offices, the report we make are not allowed to use slang. So, when our situation in the formal situation, don't use slang as communication. Slang can disrupt anyone who read and hears the word referred to in the it because not everyone understands the meaning of the slang word. Moreover, in the written form, it is very confusing and requires more time to understand it. Difficult for user to communicate with other people in formal event. For example, when presenting in front of the class, slang can make it the for the people who heard words that are meant to be slang to understand the meaning of what they are talking about. For other people who feel disturbed by of slang, they find of slang very difficult to understand as well as writing in the slang is very difficult for some people to read. Slang can disturb anyone who reader and hears the word referred to in it because not everyone understand the meaning of the word in written form. It is very confusing and requires more time to understand. Thank you.
You spend 2 minutes 70 seconds.
Now I invite the third speaker of positive team. Then is yours.
Good morning. I am third speaker, the positive time. In everyday, this helps believe that using slang is good on teenagers. In everyday life, women are inseparable from the use of language. With language, a person can express ideas, solve and share in conveying opinions and information. Language as a tool or for interaction between people in society has a social nature, namely the use of language used by every level of society. I believe because slang at home among teenagers is to make teenagers more creative, regardless of whether or not the slang is disturbing. It doesn't hurt use teenagers to enjoy every language, they change or innovation that arise by considering that morals of use. Slang reflects social identity and essence of belonging among its speaker. In first society rather than status differences. The widespread use of slang in teenagers' life is something that is considered unique. That's why teenagers like you to use slang. Slang is become more and more diverse. This factor makes teenagers more active is expressing their appreciation in creating new slang vocabulary. Thank you.
You spend 1 minute 41 seconds.
Now I invite the third speaker from negative team. Then is yours.
Indonesian language as a true characteristic and identity for Indonesian nation. I have different view about that. This house believes that using slang is bad for teenagers. Here are the points for the negative impact of using slang on teenagers. The first, the use of slang can make it difficult for user of slang to use good and correct Indonesian language. Even so, at school or at work, we are required to always use good and correct language. Slang can disturb anyone who reads and hears the words included in it. Because not everyone understands the meaning of these slang words, especially in written form. It's very confusing and requires more time to understand it. The second point is slang is considered impolite because mostly, slang is so toxic, which is usually used by the close friends when used to speak to adult. The impression to impolite. The impression is impolite. The next point is slang that can hinder the growth and development of Indonesian. This is considered a deviation from the Indonesian language because the lack of the awareness to learn language in their own country has an impact of the grading or fading of the Indonesian language in its use in society and especially teenagers. And the rise in the world of artists using slang in mass and electronic media, making teenagers more and more often imitate it in everyday life. This has become natural because teenagers like to imitate new things, right? This is the beginning of the real Indonesian language, fading and being replaced by slang. The reason use of slang is, of course, worrying. This is because the language is not accordance with good and correct Indonesian language rules. The use of slang in everyday life has negative influence on the continuity of the Indonesian language. Indonesian people no longer know the standard Indonesian language. And Indonesian people don't use again AYD or ejaan yang disempurnakan. The Indonesian people take it for granted that Indonesian does not want to learn it because they have mastered the Indonesian language properly and correctly. In the past, even children could use good and correct Indonesian, but now young children use slang more often. For example, we used to say kamu dan aku become lo dan gue. The conclusion is slang as the language of teenagers is the culture diversity of our country, Indonesian, in the field of Indonesian. Using slang in moderation and use it appropriately according to the portion. Slang plays an important role in the formation of the language used by teenagers because of its relaxed and flexible use. But it would be nice if we could use good and correct Indonesian so that the excellence of Indonesia would be maintained. Indonesian is the language of unity that was previously confirmed by young people in the Sumpah Pemuda. So, as Indonesian people who care about and respect the Sumpah Pemuda, we must protect our language, namely Indonesian. If we good and correct Indonesian language, then indirectly, the people around us will be infected. Thank you.
You spend 4 minutes 47 seconds.
Okay. Okay, give applause to all the candidates. Now, I invite the adjudicator to give comments.
Okay. Okay, thanks very much for the second round. I think this round more make me more interest, yeah, to know how do you speak and how do you deliver your idea in this debate round. So I think the affirmative group or the positive group, you can need to improve your pronunciation, especially and also your gestures. Do not read the text, yeah, fully. You can use your hand and ask your friends to understand what do you say, what's your idea when you are debating your sorry debating the negative team, I think. And then I think you can prepare it well, yeah, but you need to improve your speaking when you are delivering your ideas. Group, I really like your voice, whether it is the voice and also the last, yeah. uh, uh, it it is more clear and I get the point from your idea. I like when you are rebut your friends, thing like you can mention some cases, some example, the movement of slang, saya, aku, to be, lo, gue, and others. So I think the winner in the second round is negative team, yeah. And why I choose the negative team? Because they can add some ideas by using some cases and also good manner in delivering idea and good expressions, I think. And the best debater in the second round is the third speaker of negative team. What's your name? Wika. Okay, Wika. Okay, thanks. Wika? Rika. Rika, I like your voice when you are delivering your idea with good good your eyes contact and also your gestures. So make the others to be silent to understand and also listen you when you are speaking. Okay, thank you. Next, come to the next educator.
All right, thank you very much. So in the second round, I feel a bit confused and mixed feeling because at the beginning, I thought the affirmative teams is probably win this round, but at the end, I think negative team can be, what is it? Can make the situation different. Yeah, so I will tell you why I think it is a mixed situation. Yeah, so for the affirmative team, I think you already use, some of you are already use good pronunciation, you are using good structure in delivering your ideas. However, most of you are reading the text all the time and it creates no rapport with the audience and also the educators. So in the next times, if you do this kind of debate competition again, yeah, I believe that you have prepared a lot of materials over there. Try to master it so that you can be more confident and not just reading it all the time. Okay. For the negative theme, yeah. So at first I thought that you need to raise your voice. You need to raise your voice so that we can understand what is the ideas that you want to deliver to the audience. But the third speaker show us the example on how to deliver a good argument because she used good pausing. She pauses correctly so that we can understand the gist of the rebuttal. Yeah, we can understand the ideas that she wants to deliver. And for that reason, I also choose the third speaker of the negative team as the best debater of this round. So congratulations. And for the winning team of the second round, yeah, the score is a very close, but I choose negative team as the winner for this round. Congratulations.
All right, so it's my turn now. First of all, let me say again, congratulations to both teams. You were all ready to present your ideas to us here today. I have the same experience as with the two adjudicators. Initially I thought the winning team here will be the first group because there were some problems with the enunciation of some members in the second, the negative group. There were some of you who were not able to explicate what you intend to say, problems with pronunciation and all that. And although you were able to convey some very important points about your topic in terms of how annoying it is and all that, but what as compared to the first group, let me go to the first group first. They were very keen on talking about how the use of slang is the culture of today, because today we should be able to embrace the digitality and all these social events that is happening around us, and it affects our language, which is correct. And I was already saying that this group is really getting my attention because they were able to deliver what they wanted to speak about, and that is to support the use of slang. However, the plot twist came in when the third speaker, Rika, shared to us point by point, and it was a well-structured arguments. The presentation was very, very good. And you remind me, I think I met you the last time I served as an adjudicator, and I think you are really improving in terms of how you delivered your ideas, your thoughts, and how you enunciate it, and how you share it with your audience. And you were able to capture that. You were able to capture my attention during your turn to speak. And yeah, you were on time. You were able to talk about your points given the limited time, and with that, I choose you as the best debater for this team, and your team was able to surpass the other because you were able to do it very well on the final turn to speak. And so that's it. Congratulations to you, Miss Rika, and your team.
Okay.
Thank you for adjudicator for their comment. Participant can leave the place.
Now we will start the third session of the debating preliminary 3. I invite participants from 4th grade midwife department versus participant from 2nd grade nursing department. I'm sorry, 2nd grade midwife department. The motion of positive theme is this household support important of sexual education for children to avoid sexual humiliation. The motion of negative theme, this household when important of sexual education for children to avoid sexual humiliation.
Are you ready? Okay. Now I invite the first speaker of positive team. Time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning. Thank you for your time. I am a first speaker. My name is Angger. Thank you. We would support importance of sexual education for children to avoid sexual humiliation because first, in Indonesia, knowledge of sex is still considered a taboo subject to be imparted to children. Parents and adults feel uncomfortable when children ask questions related to sex. So they choose to change the subject. Second, knowledge of sex is important to be taught from an early age in children. Both boys and girls should get it. This is necessary so that they know how to have healthy sexual behavior and prevent sexual harassment from happening. Third, do not let children already get inaccurate information about sex from sources that cannot trusted. For example, peers or the internet. When children have been given sex education or sexual education from an early age in their teens, they don't feel awkward and are more responsible for themselves. Thank you.
You spend 1 minute 52 seconds.
Now I invite the first speaker of negative team. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the time, honorable to educators and honorable to audience. Please let me introduce my team. My name is Azza Jauza as a first speaker, and this is Farah Salsabila as a second speaker, and Sailing Galuh as a third speaker. Okay, first, is sexual education important? Before that, it must be understood about the stages of development of the human soul. Rousseau divided the development of the human soul according to the development of his feelings into 4 phases. First, the age of 0 to 5 years is the infancy period. Age 5 to 12 years is savage state. The age of 12 to 15 years is the rise of racial reason and self-consciousness. And the age of 15 to 20 years is the period of adolescence proper, which is the peak of emotional development. The 12 to 18 years old phase is the phase where a child wants to explore more things they want to know. When sexual education is given in an inappropriate phase, it will have a very, very bad impact to children. The population law number 10 of 1992 still prohibits the provision of sexual information services to unmarried people. The provision of education or information regarding sexuality issues is still a pro and contra in Indonesian society. There is some negative effects of sexual education, include lack of proper preparation in the education system in Indonesia. Most of teachers who are given the task of teaching sex education to students do not understand the sex education itself, and this become very dangerous for children when they get the wrong information. The second is there is concern that the teachers have the potential to be accused by society of being obscene teachers, porn teachers, immoral teachers, and so on. Based on study, society's rejection is based on the assumption that sexuality is a taboo thing to talk about with children. And the last is providing sex education to children will encourage them to have sex earlier, or the children will trying it out. Dr. Hasto Wardoyo expressed his opinion that children will find out by themselves when they grow up, because it is feared that giving sex education too early will encourage them to have sexual intercourse earlier. Thank you.
You spend 2 minutes 44 seconds.
Now I invite the second speaker of positive team. Time is yours.
Thanks for your opportunity. I'm a second speaker. My name is Rini. I don't agree with your statement because, first, the Indonesian Child Protection Commission or KPAI records sexual violence as the highest complaint in 2022 with a total of 834 cases. Second, to prevent sexual violence against children, KPAI asks educational institutions to provide reproductive and sexual education from an early age to children. For this reason, KPAI urges the government to include sexual and reproductive health education in the formal education curriculum. Third, an example of the impact of children who do not receive sexual education is the recent shocking case of a woman who molested 17 children in Jambi. Sadly, the average age of these children is 12 years. Plus, if children get sexual education from an early age, then they will know which parts can and cannot be handled by others, thereby minimizing the occurrence of sexual harassment. Thank you.
You speak minutes 21 seconds.
Now I invite the second speaker of positive team. Time is yours.
Giving sexual education to children is taboo and inappropriate. Children should not know things related to sex problem because they are still inappropriate. Giving sex education to children, making those who don't know become aware and making them curious about sexual matter. In fact, many are given sex education from an early age, but many will practice free sex. No matter how much sex education if given, if the environment does not support it, all will be useless. Thank you.
You spend 39 seconds.
Now I invite the third speaker of positive team. Time is yours.
Thanks for your opportunity. I am last speaker. My name is Murni. I don't agree with your statement because, first, from a religious point of view, it is been widely discussed by religious centers and based on book and risk, namely linking it to matters of Aqidah, Sharia, and moral. Second, of early sex education for this children is to stay away from morality and not cause harm to other people. Therefore, it is obligatory for parents, educators, and the public to introduce the notion of sex in healthy and correct way to children from an early age, so that they can recognize biological organ and function, human physiology and reproduction, and can even recognize general disease. In conclusion, we will support the importance of sexual education for children to avoid sexual humiliation. Thank you.
You speak 1 minute 17 seconds.
Now I invite the third speaker of time is yours.
Okay, sex is natural and does not need to be made into special material in the school curriculum. Or before providing education about sexuality, it must be understood about the stage of development of the human soul. When sexual education is given in the wrong ways, it will have a very bad impact. Children misunderstand sex education if educators teach it wrong so that it can affect children's talk, words, and action, such as using vulgar and dirty images that can harm and affect their minds and understanding. Dr. Hoyk revealed the sex rate among teenagers tends to be high. There are around 14 until 16% of Indonesian junior and senior high school youth who have had sex. And if they don't know everything and there is fun or pleasure in it, it can increase child's curiosity. Parents are very worried about the curiosity that will arise in their children because the more curious children want to know about sex, the more they want to know about sex. The more they want to know more about sex, the greater their desires want to try sexual acts. The more they want to try to perform sexual acts, it can affect the growth and development of children into precocious adulthood and create opportunities to harm the child's mental health. And sex education in schools can conflict with the religious ideology adopted by children at home. Much sex education comes from the secular West, which separate religious values from science, so that it will distance religious from children, and it is feared that it can violate religious values that have been taught at home. So the solution for this problem is building the children's character, start from their parents to their teachers in school, so they can differentiate between the good and bad side. Thank you.
You spend 2 minutes, 21 seconds.
Okay, give applause to all the candidates. Now, I invite adjudicator for to give comments.
Okay, sorry it takes longer time because it's a bit confusing for me to choose which one is the winner. Okay, so I see that both of these groups in the third round shows very good preparation, and I do appreciate the way you prepare your material and the way you try to provide strong arguments and rebuttal based on theories and then laws and also studies and religions, right? Okay, and I have several notes. I will start for the affirmative team. Yeah, for the affirmative teams, what I take notes here is that some of you are still reading all the time, so please avoid to do that. Please be more confident because I see that you have prepared a very good argument. It is actually very strong argument from your side, but because you try to read all the time, so we cannot, what is it? It's not that we don't understand, but you cannot, what is it? Try to persuade us that it is the right things to do. For the negative team, okay, I'm quite surprised with the first speaker of the negative team because you try to maintain rapport with the audience and it is very good. And you try to provide strong rebuttal based on some theories, stages of development. And it is very interesting because we try to understand sexual education from the healthcare providers. So it is very interesting that you provide those theories to support your arguments. Okay, so I have a similar score same score for both affirmative and negative team for this round. Let's hear from the other adjudicators, but I cannot decide which one is the winner because the score is the same. However, for the base debater for this round, I chose the first speaker of the negative team. Okay, so congratulations.
Okay, thank you. This round can make me sleepy, yeah, because I have to understand what your idea. And for the affirmative group, actually you can give some good idea when you state some cases and also the theory, and but I need to make loud when you are speaking, and don't read your text fully, yeah. Okay, for the next team, that is negative team, I like your pronunciation when you are delivering your idea in this debate, and you can give me clear voice so I can understand enough what you say. And I think the winner in round 3, it can be added stock score is the first speaker, yeah. Actually the score is same, but after I try to account the score for the first speaker, so the negative group as the winner in this round. And the best debater in this round is same with the second adjudicator's opinion. That is the first speaker of negative team. I like her pronunciation, and she has good fluency when she speaks in this round, and good gestures in the first speaker. Thank you.
All right, so again, my congratulations to both teams for coming in prepared to present your arguments and your ideas about the topic given to you, and this is about sex education. Now, for the affirmative group, I would have to say that you were able to present your ideas very well. You were able to convey what you wanted to, what important points you wanted to highlight in your presentation. Although there were some of the presenters, some of the debaters in this group were not able to express it properly. Problems in terms of the more on reading your thoughts, and you were not able to build the rapport, which has been repeatedly suggested by our adjudicator there. Then yes, that's it. And in terms of confidence, there was also a lack of confidence I was able to observe on the affirmative side. Although the good points, I would like to reiterate that you were able to deliver it. Now, for the negative group, yes. I would have to agree that the first presenter came in very well. She was able to present facts, theories, and all these laws and issues, and very important strong points in the delivery of her time. She was able to express it very well. And however, for the second speaker for this group, there were some issues on the clarity of words which I was not able to catch. So I had a problem on understanding some of the portions there that you presented. Now, for the third presenter in this group, the negative group, I would have to say that although she was reading most of her presentation, I would say that the content, in terms of content, it was very good. There was good foundation, good points, the arguments was well presented, and she was able to present a resolution. That's the good part of being the last speaker, because you get to summarize everything and then present a resolution, which was delivered well by the third speaker in this group. However, if I'm just going to base it in terms of the manner, the method, I would have to say that the best debater for this group is the first presenter, first speaker. But I think for me, it's a tie between the first and the third speaker in this affirmative group. So congratulations.
Okay, thank you, Ajitana, for your comments. Participant can leave the place. No. Now we will wait for the score for the final session. We will take a break for 10 minutes.
Hello, Miss Janet. Hello, Miss Janet.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
So we tried to calculate the scores, and we already got the finalist. We want to check whether it is the same with yours or not. Okay, so for the first finalist is from the first round, the affirmative group. And the second finalist is from the third round, the negative groups. What about you? What do you think about it?
Are you asking whether what group I would prefer to be the winner? Or, I mean,
Yes,
the winning group.
both of us have calculated a score, and these are the result of our calculation.
Yes, in my case, I think I have the same groups, same winning groups that you have selected. So from the first up to the very last, it's all the same.
Okay. So it is the first. Yeah, we agree that the first finalist should be the first affirmative.
Is there still another group who's going to present after?
No.
Is there still another? We're done.
I think we already have all the teams perform. Yeah. Okay. So if we come to the decision, the finalists, who are the finalists? Okay, and we can.
10 minutes.
Oh, we still have 10 minutes. Yeah. But we have the decision already. Thank you so much.
So, Wayu, may I ask some clarification on the selection of the winners? Are we going to select one debater, best debater?
No, we're going to select 2 teams to be in the final round. So based on the scores that we have calculated, the first team to be the finalist is the affirmative team from the first round.
Yes,
because
I would agree.
they got the highest scores, and the second team is the last round in the negative team.
Negative team for group 2.
Oh no, the third one. What about you? What do you think about it?
I would choose the second group.
Okay, you choose the second group.
The one, the group of Rika. I think they're okay. They are the second group. The use of slang For me, they scored more.
The score better. So
Yeah.
how much is your score if I so we can check.
Let me add it first.
Yeah.
Am I just going to give you the average for this group?
No, the total. I think the total. The total score for the negative.
Yeah. For me, it's 95.
Okay, 95. What about the third? The third round negative team. How much is your score?
Third team. He scored 93.
93. Okay. Wait for a minute. We try to calculate the whole score.
Sorry.
Oke, 241. 240. Apa aku kakek?
Iya.
Itu
Carane iki dikek akreditasi salah siji final perjurusan. Berarti bener nih.
Okay. All right. So we have decided based on the scores and also some suggestions from the committee. The second finalist would be the negative team from the second round. So it is the same with your suggestion. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
pakai hai tadi. Siapa tadi? Sangat bidang atau bidang?
Now we will announce the team who will go to the final. The result will be announced by the educators.
It's all. It's all.
I would like to announce that the school can the final is the first.
Ulangi.
Okay. I repeat again. So I would like to announce that the group who can join the final is from the first round, from positive group or affirmative teams, and they are for positive team, right? Okay, and the next is from the second round from negative group.
Two grades
Second grade.
Second grade nursing department versus sixth grade nursing department. Please come to the place. Nursing department. Second and sixth.
Mister, Mister.
Mr. William.
Tos. Aduh, pro and kontra. Dilihat.
Orang maksudnya tapi bisa seperti itu.
Apa itu?
Okay. The motion for the final session is this house believes that TikTok apps can harm the young people mental health. Saya ulang. This house believes that TikTok apps can harm the young people mental health. Do you understand? This house believe that TikTok apps can harm the young people mental health. Understand? Okay.
So wes, cuma saya bilang.
Sudah bisa untuk jadi kita nggak usah zoom langsung.
Oh iya, itu gimana kan?
Oh iya, itu kan sama.
Tapi yang jelas ngomongnya mana? Kurang berapa nih?
Apa tenang sih?
Lagi Zoom.
Dua. Satu, dua, tiga. Itu bisa.
Bisa.
Ini aja deh. Ini satu ini. Nanti di kanan.
Orang join semua. Ramai lu. Ayo kita lihat.
Are you ready? Okay, now we will start the first session of debate. Debating final, I invite participants from second grade nursing department versus fifth grade nursing department. Now, I invite the first speaker out of positive team. Time is yours.
to prepare the materials and your opinion. And after your performance, here are what I'm performing. So for both teams, I think two teams have already tried to give us the strong opinion by giving a good structure of opinions. But however, how to create it more, how to create it stronger, I think you need to add more basis on your assumption. Yeah, so it's not just an assumption, but you have to provide evidences on it. Probably you can take it from the theory or from news or from other data to support your assumption so that your argument would be stronger. Okay. And then since you are all finalists, I think it is a very bad mistake if you directly express the reason without mentioning your position before explaining. Okay, so before you explain the reason, please explain your position, whether or not you agree or disagree with something, and then after that you can provide the reason why. Okay, all right. So the result for the two groups are quite close. Okay. I cannot say who is a winner, so I will keep my mouth shut. I will to the next debater. Okay, thank you for the finalists who can do this debate. Actually, I like this panel, yeah. Also, you have only 15 minutes to prepare related to the motion, but you can